Alright, let's dive into things once again. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Fall of Avanswell. I hope everybody's having a fine Wednesday evening as we dive in here. There was a little bit of management that we were doing there, so we are starting a little late here, but not too bad. I guess those of you who are just watching this later on, you don't have to see any of that. You can just skip all of it and go right into the show. Lucky you. But anyway, we should be good to dive in. I hope everybody's having a fine day. Why don't we start with our basics as we normally do and have everybody kind of roll d20, get our order of operations, see who's going to be giving some introductions first. All right. So it looks like we're starting with Jessie. So the question I presented to our players today for a warm-up was, if you were given some amount of money and a day to spend it, what would you do? I'll turn it over to you for an introduction.
Yeah, Jessie. I'm playing Calder Wrynn, the human gunslinger. If I was given a bunch of money and a day to spend it, it's an interesting question. He'd probably spend most of it in any potion supply store or herb shop, just grabbing a bunch of garbage and he would just spend the whole day tinkering alone in his little cave.
Yeah.
In his little animal freak creature den.
Do you get some stuff and you just get to do what you like best, and that's experimenting with some things. I understand that.
Yeah. Wouldn't have to talk to anyone, wouldn't have to get blown up for the third time that week. He would just get to make funny potions and cool ammunition.
Yeah. Nice. Alright, I guess, unless you want to roll off, the two of you can determine who goes first between you two, Joe, Wyrm.
Up to you, Wyrm.
You can
I'll
fight
go.
for it.
Okay. So
I am Diamond Wyrm, and I'm playing Ixbanor, the awakened Ferret Sorcerer Alchemist. Just need to read the question again. If I was given money and a day to myself, honestly, kind of the same as Calder. Just buy a bunch of ingredients and experiment with alchemy.
I really have a feeling we have two people that just don't want to deal with people that just don't have a great way of relaxing other than just doing some alchemy. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You certainly aren't the shoulder butterflies to the team, but it's fine.
What's funny is I actually kind of am.
Definitely not.
I am, to be fair though, see, here's the thing. My character also likes to teach, but that's not more like what you do in your day off. So
Yeah.
it didn't feel like it was appropriate.
And we would turn to Joseph for the final introduction.
I'm Joe. I am playing Umbrin Wisespark, the Liminal Fetchling Alchemist, or Animist. Why am I saying Alchemist? And I think on his day, off, he would, day off and money, he'd actually probably donate the money to a church and spend the day with the church doing good deeds.
Honestly, it's that kind of thing of, it should both be surprising, but it's also, it doesn't, because sort of like the situation that all your characters are in, it makes sense that none of you will have like a relaxation loafing on the brain. You're always like, well, what can I do that, I can help out a little bit and relax too,
I also, some of my happiest memories are spending the times with my mentor at the church, so.
Yeah, makes sense. Anyway, I think I forgot to give my little introduction here. Candace Dracovin, game master here, runner of the game, pushers of these people's fate, the usual things here. I'll activate and send you guys over to here.
Want some fate?
Want some fate? Anyway, we'll just start with that one there. Anyway, recapping last time, just to start us out here a little bit, you had these crazy plans to get out of the Birchleans with basically all these refugees. And honestly, they worked out pretty well. There was a little bit of problems, difficulties, challenges along the way, but combining your efforts and a couple good pivots when there was a problem allowed you to come up with some good plans to at least make sure you got the majority of people out of the city. So as it is now, the Birchlings is abandoned, save for the defensive force that is trying to hold what they can of the army at bay. But how long they will be able to outlast the onslaught is unknown to you now at this time. You've traveled across the country, deep into the hearts of the Wardlands, to the capital city of Avanswell. It was a couple weeks' journey. Of course, you were about 100 to 200 soldiers accompanying 7,000 just random people, so it has been a journey. As you are getting closer to the city within that final day, you will notice that this is the area that is most settled of the Wardlands. There is farmland and flat ground with slight hills as far as the eye can see. But as you begin to progress throughout this final day's journey, you begin to see the signs of things that are preparing for you in particular. First off, there are military camps that seem to be popping up, places where fields have been removed, and soldiers are beginning to build their fortifications. The army has been assembled, and you begin to notice that there are flags that are flying from them. The flags represent every country that once existed on this continent. Some of these groups of soldiers maybe seem to be only a couple dozen. Others are massive groups of a few hundred, even a few thousand. It seems as though whatever remnants of whatever armies once existed across your continent have been assembling here. Perhaps when the Birchlings falls, this is the final stand that the people are planning. The next thing after you pass this area of military encampments, you get to begin to see the areas of refugees. It does not seem that these are the only people that have fled here. Granted, it is perhaps not as population dense as you were back in the city, and this is spread out over many miles, but you can begin to see kind of campsites, farmland that was not planted, that has now been converted to areas with all kinds of camps. And as you are a few miles outside the city, a group of people on horseback, soldiers in very fine half-plate will kind of move on up to you. Greetings! Who is in charge of this motley group of people? Speak your words.
Hi!
Ah! Sorry, are you somebody's... Small familiar of the wizard. Where is your master?
Dead.
Apologies.
Yeah,
It seems magic remains
enough.
within you, small creature. I'm glad that you've come with us, then. So, if you are in charge here, you must know some magic from your master, I assume? Grand. You will be of help, then, I assume, with the rest of your motley crew of people.
Yes.
Anyway.
We are about 5,000 refugees.
We have begun arrangements. Your people that you sent ahead have given us warning. We now know of the fate of the Birchlings. I apologize for it. Most of your people cannot enter the city. There's not enough space for them. We'll find places for them. But you and your soldier friends may have some ground. I'm sure your commanders will be able to speak to people. I will expect you to accompany us to one of our barracks to speak of what you've seen. Jonas will kind of won't say anything, but you'll see that he's kind of like moving, like, you know, got his head on the back of his head, like he kind of like is like, I don't want to say anything. And then Tolan,
I'm gonna speak
will
up.
speak up first.
Oh, okay.
Apologies, but I have a meeting with my own lord about what has happened there. Tolan Spear, former commander of the dwarfs that had been stationed in Birchlings. As you can see, my injuries were significant enough I was unable to return to the front lines. I will be going and speaking with the Grand Thing about what is going on our people's end. Friends, it was good to journey with you. Perhaps we will still meet in battle once more.
We will meet again.
Be safe.
He's gonna actually kind of like walk off, start heading there, as the person on with the horseback will be like, so, the lot of you, are you the ones that will accompany us then?
Yes, the 4 of us, or
The 6 of us.
I guess,
Or no, 5.
5 of us. Oh yeah, 5 of us are.
Jonas will make kind of like things like a look
charge.
of like, don't mention me with it. And he's like, and he's gonna make like yes, 6 to 5 of us. Excellent. Well then, accompany me. He's gonna turn
Is
around
this
and
just
start going
Is
off
this
on
just
horseback.
Is this just a high-ranking guard, or is it some sort of aristocrat?
Could be both. He's in armor, he's on horseback, he seems to be leading this small group of soldiers in armor. They are dressed in very fine-looking gear. It seems very unused, or like maybe like in very pristine condition. That could just be maintained that way. Can't guarantee that they haven't, gotten to a scuff here and there, but it seems at least very well maintained. And they do have emblazoned insignias of the symbols of the Wildlands on their armor, like the crest of the city, along with the lesser crest of the House of the King, House Cetrine. Sartanine.
Could I make a roll to determine if he's air
Society roll would be good.
Okay. I was thinking that, but I was going to let you decide what the.
Okay,
Nope.
an 18. So you'll kind of think about it, and the fact is, there are times you Ixbanor, you can't really think of like whether or not. It's kind of like it's hard to tell. But Umbrin, you kind of have an idea about how Avanswell works to a degree. Generally speaking, there are positions that are more of noble house positions. They usually are things like what this person would be. He seems to be a combination messenger, put in position. He's in charge of a smaller group of men, perhaps a dozen or so. This would be more likely to be someone of the noble class. It doesn't necessarily need that. Sometimes you have people that do rise through the ranks. The Wildlands is a dangerous place, so the noble class isn't in charge of everything, it's just that you have like a 66% chance he's of noble family, I'd say, kind of thing like that. Like every 2 and 3 in the kind of position he's in would probably be noble, which is, small group of soldiers, of knights traditionally, in charge of, usually kind of combination messenger, probably guarding something within the city, important but minor position.
I'll say next one. I think he might be of the noble classes.
I was thinking that, but I was having trouble. I'm too used to elves.
They do have an incredibly different system over here. Okay. So, I guess, are you following them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you're kind of following these, it seems like groups of other soldiers are coming in to assist the various refugees and find places for them. You'll see a number of people like wave goodbye, like a small child waves at you, or something like that, kind of things like that, as you separate yourselves out from these refugees and head into the city of Avanswell proper. Avanswell is a city that is still alive. As much as the Birchlings felt a little dead, Avanswell feels like you remember the old cities of the West, for those of you that ever experienced them. The grand cities of the elves, granted this architecture is incredibly different. It is simple buildings of like 2 to 3 stories spread across a number of hills that kind of roll through here, with a smaller river that kind of cuts through here, a branch of some of the more major rivers that spread to the north eventually. This is
I'm
Avanswell.
gonna also say to Jonas on the way.
Mhm.
Sorry to throw you under the bus, Jonas, but you are pretty much the last of the leadership left from.
I wasn't leadership there. I was asked to help out. Just ended up in this situation.
Oh, we reported to you at first, so
Would you
I would
prefer
say you
to
would
go and
have the
help out the
highest
ref?
rank.
Would you prefer? You can probably still go back and help out the refugees.
It's fine. My plans were to help them get settled and then to head into the city to talk to some people. But, I guess it's fine to head in now. You're kind of arriving in a mid-afternoon, I would say. So probably like time-wise, somewhere between 3 and 5. The day's quieting down, but there's plenty of people out on the streets doing their various business. No one seems stressed or rushed. I mean, the Grand Army of the 10 Kingdoms is outside the walls, preparing to defeat any kind of enemy that would approach. So certainly they are safe here in Avanswell. Going through one major district, I would say, so it's a little bit of a walk. You will arrive at what appears to be a small fortification in the city. A large kind of barracks, about 3 stories high, with a kind of small building with a tower on top that stretches up for a little bit. Granted, the tower, it seems more of a point where falcons and other birds that can send messages can go across the city, rather than a place to watch out. You are deep within the city as it is, and far from the walls at this point in time. The man will kind of get off of his horse along with his knights that were accompanying him. Some smaller soldiers or squires will come running up to grab the horses, and he'll take off his helmet, revealing a kind of twirly mustache and kind of flowing hair of a man. It's kind of a little more elderly. It's like, "So, please come with me. We must check you in as it is proper."
Okay.
How much longer are we gonna have to listen to this person?
He's gonna kind of lead you into the building, the tower on top of it, and kind of up a floor to what appears to be a kind of office area, where you can see there seems to be 4 desks and a kind of setup with one in the back. All the desks seem to be kind of covered with some paperwork and some materials, and there seems to be similarly dressed kind of knights behind all of them, except none of them are wearing the kind of heavy armor this one is. He's kind of in the full plate regalia, while the rest of them are in just simple leathers and stuff like that. Basically gambeson and stuff that would be under your heavier armor. And they're kind of sitting at the desks. As an older man is kind of in the back, kind of looking out a window, kind of back behind the bigger seats. "Captain Meaner, welcome back. Are these the leaders of that refugee party that came into the city?" "Yes." "Introduce yourselves, please."
I am. Actually, I want to look this up fast. Give me 2 seconds.
Your presence is pissing.
I am Ixbanor Halifax.
That's your last name?
Kind of. My master's last name.
Oh, fair enough. That tracks. Calder.
Jonas.
Right.
Quick. As Jonas will say his last name, you'll see the man kind of react for a second, kind of raise an eyebrow, and then look to the others. Some Talas will introduce himself. Umbrin, are you saying anything?
If you're talking, you're muted.
I'm sorry, I actually did speak and I didn't even realize that I was muted, sorry.
It happens.
Umbrin Wisespark.
Also, we're in the barracks, you said?
This would have been one of the barracks in the city, yes. Probably this would have been for more the city guard than anything you would have assumed. But it looks like you would assume what's going on is under the city guard, there's probably a number of small night watches. So probably Captain Myrner, the man that accompanied you, was probably one of 4, probably like small night captains under this man here, who introduces him. I am General Thurncut.
And was this, real fast, was this the aristocrat person who met us, or did they leave?
No, they're still with you. That is Captain Myrner.
Captain Myrner is the
with his
aristocrat.
like flowing long hair, twirled, well-oiled mustache, a little bit more like middle-aged, but like well-kept, kind of high society kind of look to him too. Yes. Please, take some seats. Your journey seems to have been long with Birchlings. Thank you for saving that many
It was a
people.
trial.
What can you tell me? What happened? I need to report to those up in charge. There's always word to the armies that the Birchlings has been attacked. They're already preparing. But any words, any good information that you can spread should go up the chain.
We have some concerning news.
Hmm.
The enemy has been experimenting with crossing people and other things.
Monsters?
Barbaric.
Also, some of them can hide amongst the normal people. My fellows could explain it better than I could.
I'm afraid then
Looking at
he's gonna get okay. You're gonna get a look from him that is not a good look. You don't say.
That's not good.
Well,
Can I read that look? Like, what?
I don't remember what like insight sense motive is for Pathinder 2e.
Funny enough, I think it's actually perception.
Okay.
Yeah, I can double check that, but I'm pretty sure they just put it with perception.
Yeah, I could not remember. Not in my head.
Okay, Calder's internet died. He'll be back on as soon as possible.
Okay.
Alright. Well, we're doing that. I might as well look up
Yeah.
perception real fast. 'Cause there it does say it somewhere. I just don't know where it is. 'Cause it's not under the skills. When I think about it.
Perception is a skill, but it's it's a weird
It's
separate.
it's a skill and not a skill.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Arcus Methods to search for the sense mode of action. It's loading up a little slow. There we go.
Yeah. I know there is a thing that allows.
It is perception
I know how to.
versus deception.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd say normally it tends to be a
Yeah.
secret result, but I guess like if you want to just roll sense perception, I can roll probably in secret some deception to see if the person. I can do it.
I mean, because okay, because you're supposed to roll versus a DC.
Oh.
Because this is the thing, everything in Pathfinder is supposed to be versus a DC. You're never really supposed to do contested rolls.
Oh, it's the deception
if you wanna do
DC of the
contested-
creature. Oh, okay, deception DC
Yeah.
of the creature. Thank you. Okay, so that yes.
Yep.
All right, but it is a check that you would make. So Umbrin's got a 33. What the roll? And Ixbanor's got a 25. Okay. So, all right. So Ixbanor, you can't really tell, but Umbrin, as soon as you mention that, you sense a shift of attitude completely with this man. It's very subtle, but like you sense nervousness, Like, you can just tell, like, there's a nervousness, like, very low and bright. But he's very good at hiding it. But you can, like, tell, just, like, it's, like, a little tinge of his voice. How did you handle such an issue that so existed?
I'm gonna kind of nudge you and just give you a look, but not.
I don't know.
I feel like to do that without him noticing, you'd have to roll a deception or sleight of hand or something.
Yeah, I'd say you'd want to like roll a deception to like kind of like just give Ixbanor like a knowing look, because Ixbanor is not picking up on anything.
Mhm.
You are.
Or he could roll a perception versus our DC, his deception DC.
You want to try? You could tell me you're doing it, and I could give a roll.
Yeah, I'm not trained in deception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it'd be pretty
Seems like a big
But
problem.
you could roll.
Yes, we are still trying to solve it completely.
Well, good thing. Very few people are being let into the city that aren't been around.
Yes.
Manor, all these folks are in the city. I'd ask that you accompany them. Sir, I have... Mina? As much as you have work to do, I'm sure some of your fellow knight captains can take care of it for you while you accompany these great people that manage to provide such wonderful information. I'll make sure to warn the right people of such things going on. Is there anything else that we really should know?
We got at least the civilians all out.
Well, yeah. All those who weren't willing to also help fight.
Good to hear that there are brave men and women still in the civilian populations. At the very least, those that joined you, well, I assume plenty of people that just couldn't fight, couldn't raise a sword to defend their homeland.
The elderly, the women, children, etc.
Why should a woman not raise a sword, though?
They have to take care of the children.
That's what the elderly are for. Oh, I forget you strange familiars and your strange animalistic ways. Adorable. So who was your master? When did you lose them?
It was... I mean, I'll look up his first name. Uriel Halifax. He was a archwizard of the school of... What was that place called?
I'll have to look at my notes, too. You have me go back in my notes. Where did I put that? In my notes.
Terium Ulmeria.
Interesting.
Welcome back.
Elves.
Yes.
I hate Spectrum Internet.
Mm-hmm. I guess are the rest of you such great people? I mean, there is Quillick with you.
Well, yeah, he's with us.
Oh, yeah, Jonas Quillick. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Jonas Quillick is with us. Sorry, I
I
forgot
know
his last
him.
name. That's why I had to look it up.
How
had to
about
do
the
Control
other
F to
three of
find-
you? Great heroes from across the lands?
I am just someone who is willing to help.
Well, you've been on a long journey, weeks away. Manor, find them an inn. The Silky Bear, the Burnt Goat, one of those two. They're fairly fine places. Sir, I don't really... Manor, have a job to do. Accompany them. I expect them to be well taken care of and well accompanied while in the city. Yes, sir. Come this way. Would you prefer a little bit more rowdy or a little bit more high-strung? A little higher quality.
I
Well-
am fine with whatever. I'm not used to fineries.
Well, neither are the nice side of town, but they are reasonable for the rabble. Your average soldier. Come now, come. Perhaps a little bit more high society. Just a little bit more. Something for officers. The silky bit.
I would be happy for that.
Excellent. Come with me then. The general will kind of like watch you as you're leaving, and then Captain Meaner will accompany you and take you into the city towards a basically inn and small bar. The Silky Bear, which has a image of a bear covered in like a silk dress with its legs going below there that have been like shaven. It's a very odd image for the symbol for the place. It is a bear. At least its legs are bare. Well, check yourselves in, and then perhaps you could join me in the bar area. I'll find a place that's a little bit more out of the way than the general populace. Someplace that fine officers such as myself and, fine soldiers such as yourself would be like. You are a little strange, but it does seem like you, at least one of you, looking to the, to you, Ixbanor, carries yourself with some decorum. Two of you, a little bit. Kind of looking towards, your former seneschal
I'd give a
of Talas.
bow.
I think we might be in trouble. Once he's left and has gone to the bar area, as you're kind of
Yep.
walking to the pick up the rooms. This in Talas, like, or not Talas, Jonas says, I don't like the
We're
way he
definitely in
listened to
trouble.
you.
I
don't-
think he's one of them.
No, I don't think he is.
I don't think he
You-
is either.
You don't know the
But-
city like me here. I think he wants any
I think-
excuse to not treat the refugees well. And you gave him.
Oh.
There's
We
a lot of
probably should have
refugees
told him
outside
that
the
we
city.
dealt with it then.
I don't think we should have mentioned it unless it seems like it was a problem here. I don't think they would have powerful labs this deep into the city. You found them out in the north, right? Near the borderlands?
Well,
The
they
labs,
could
but that
disguise
doesn't
themselves
mean
as
they-
people. They could who can travel.
Yeah, that
So
doesn't
there
mean
may
they
be
haven't
some. I don't.
That's been my fear.
I'm not saying it's not something to be worried about, but I'm going to tell you, I remember the people they found that showed evidence while you were away. It wasn't a lot of folks that you would have thought that would have been large travelers. It was a lot of people that were relatively new in the city. We didn't find anybody that had been there for long periods of time. Not anybody like that. So I think whatever problem you were having was relatively new.
It was, yes, the perspection of it was relatively new, but I still think, I don't think it's as big of a problem over here. They were probably using it more prominently to break through the hard part, which was their first objective. But that doesn't mean there aren't some here, but it's way less prominent, I guarantee that.
I don't think there's anybody here personally from my experience with what happened in the city, but I'll trust that you maybe think there's more of them.
I don't, again, I think there was, how many did we end up rooting out?
A dozen.
Yeah, so maybe like 2 are in the city. Is basically my
And
thought.
you just told that guy it could be a lot more.
I didn't. Well. Anyway,
We have a problem.
perhaps I should have explained more.
Perhaps you shouldn't have spoken up until we talked to someone that, would have been more reasonable to listen to. I'm sorry. I didn't know to warn you.
Who is Captain Minar then?
Some kind of noble, I assume, that's been put to watch you. I don't think he trusts us. As soon as you said that, I don't think he trusts us. He's our babysitter.
More my question is like, where does he stand in the hierarchy? Is he more of a baron, a count, a duke, an archduke?
Probably the son of somebody that needed a position in the government, I assume.
Did they use traditional rankings here then, or not?
Yes and no. For him, he probably doesn't have any kind of title. I assume he was appointed as the knight captain because he's the son of some kind of noble, perhaps a earl or duke or count.
I think Earl is basically a provisional title for people who are children of other titles. So
Yeah. We don't averagely see any.
Said anything.
Yeah. I think he was
I
off on a
was
bad
just
foot with
afraid.
me telling him my name. The Quillic family is notorious. I talked about my relative, but my family. Things happened about 40 years ago. Back when I was a kid. I won't get into details, but my name is infamous here in the city. No one in their right mind would spout the name intentionally. So, me being with you wasn't a good idea either. Maybe we can talk to someone higher up and explain something better, but we'll have to try to connect with someone, because I don't trust that guy's not going to do something bad. Maybe using this as an excuse to keep supplies from the refugees, starve them out, something. Put them in the line of fire. They could be infiltrated by the enemy. Unfortunately, I know how some of these people can think here in the city.
it can get pretty bad. You're right. I'm tangentially familiar with it, but I'm going to be honest. I didn't have to think too much about it because my master was fairly high-ranking.
Things have gotten worse since the other countries fell. As much as I've not been involved in the politics, I at least keep my ear out for what's going on. That's why I stick around the Birchlands. And another reason why I helped out. The Eversang family was one of the few that didn't basically throw out my family when everything went to shit. So,
Maybe we could try to reach out to someone in that family.
well,
What is the family landscape here?
that was the family we left
I might-
behind guarding the Birchlings, so I don't know.
Well, okay, my point is, like, how many families are there?
If I
Or
were
maybe
to
I should say,
believe...
how many important families are there?
So, under the king is the Council of Dukes. That's the first level. But the Council of Dukes usually rules over the various cities and places around. It's like the Lord Mayor of the Birchlings technically held the title of Duke, Fall of Avanswell. They traditionally guard over the various cities and villages around here. Some of them don't travel to their cities, like Harold did. There are other dukes that do have control directly of their cities for the few other major settlements in the town. But the Birchlings is the second largest after Avanswell here. So most of them you are not going to find in the city most of it. Probably about 50% of them kind of hang around here. which I think right now it should be about 5 of them. So the 5 dukes are after that. And then you have the counts. The counts fill positions of importance within the government. Any kind of assigned people, those that look after the academics, churches, all those kind of things. You have a number of smaller earls that do exist, but they tend to be either families, people that earn the position of earl in their life, or younger children who have found themselves into positions. You don't pass down the title of earl. It's to you and you're gone. Count and duke pass down through family, as well as kingship would.
I think I got that wrong. I don't think it's Earl, but you can do whatever you want. It's Fantasy World.
It might be. I'm rather than Earl. Maybe I'll say I'll stick with Count, Duke, and Duke, Count, and then Baron. I think Baron's the best.
I think it was Dane is what the I'm trying to look it up, but
I know there's
surprisingly
more.
hard sometimes.
I'm only doing 3 ranks, so there might be more in there.
Yeah.
And I think Baron's the smallest, so I might just use Baron under there rather than Earl.
yeah, because generally yeah, but yeah, Baron. You can use Baron. Yeah, do whatever you want. Baron tends to be the lowest actually considered noble. So.
But here it's an earned noble rank. I'm saying in this kingdom.
Yep. Yeah.
Granted, that earned could be.
You said they can look after the.
There are 2 people that form barons: those that earn the title of baron through their actions in their life, and those that are assigned positions within the government below those of the counts and need a title. And usually those are of families of people, of dukes and counts that are not in line for taking. I would assume the general there is an earl. Captain Meaner here is probably a son of an earl. And being something like a knight captain is the closest thing to perhaps earning their own earlship.
He's not a super big shot, but he's still the son of a big shot. Got it.
The general
are the
probably.
Maynard family counts?
The Maynard family is probably, I would assume, the earlship, and he probably is the son of an earl, and would have to earn himself. Theroncut is most likely an earl already, and probably either earned his way in there through some kind of action, or again may have been assigned as that with family ties, but has. Even those that are assigned the position still have to earn it to a degree. It's just they have a leg up on those that have to work hard to earn an earl title. It's sort of you're 50% there if you're the child of a nobleman.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's some basics of the politicking here in town. Talas will speak up and go, there is something I need to speak with you, Ixbanor, about. I do not know if you wish it to be private. It does involve some things that is important to you and I, but our friends here may be able to help. I'm going to assume you've gotten rooms that are in your one of the rooms speaking.
Yeah, I
for
was
your
about to say
attention.
we should move to it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're already in a room. Though.
You
it's
got a room
fine.
because you basically Maynard said come down once you're settled in to get some food with him. He'll find a spot.
Mhm.
Think it's fine?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
You should know my vow. The Avanswell family would have not had me go from the city. But I was given a mission. I believe the Duchess and Duke do not plan on joining us, as much as they told you before you left. Cersei is planning to die.
I know.
His lordship, the Duke, did not leave Versailles. They convinced me to leave by putting me on a mission. Something to do here on the side. Something to look out for, which I figured I could while we were here. Their son is somewhere in the city. I'm to find him and try to get him to safety.
Oh. That's different.
He was going to school here. I would like to try to do that. I do not know if you want to get involved, but it sounds like there's a lot of things going on now. I feel like while we're in the city, that might be my mission. I should be reachable, but I may wander off to do that.
Understood.
Fun.
Lonely face.
Mm-hmm. Jonas would be like, we should probably meet up with Mariner just to make sure he is not getting anything suspicious of us. But we need to come up with a plan.
I think it'd be good if Jonas, you did not stay here and you went to help out with the refugees, if you are willing. I feel like you have at least. Was Jonas an Earl, the son of an Earl, or something? What was he?
He didn't mention. He just said his family fell from grace.
Yeah. What is your family rank, if you don't mind me asking? We had the title of Duke. If that has any weight left to it,
No,
you staying with...
it doesn't. You don't understand. It doesn't. Not anymore.
Not even enough to where... Do you have any connections still?
Some old friends live in the city, but none of them are of any importance. People... The children of servants of the household I grew up in. People that knew the truth, would listen. Friends I played with in my youth.
Oh, I guess we're gonna have to work this out from scratch then.
I know how to navigate what's going on here in the city, but I don't have a say in it.
But you might be able to help us locate things that could be useful.
I could do that. We're in a situation where the wrong impression might be going up the command ladder already. We might have to cut it off.
I think it might be best to reach out to that family and...
Which family?
The family that of the friends of his servants?
No, my brain is not working on names.
The family that is the people that were in charge of the Birchlings. That's the ones you mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're there. That's the Commander,
Oh,
Duchess,
all of
and the
them?
Duke. Yeah.
Yeah,
The only one
saying
the only one
ours-
that's left is the son, which Talas has been put in charge of.
Okay.
Basically,
I-
the soon-to-be Duke is basically what Talas is going to be going and looking for.
Then I think we need to help with Talas, because I think they might be the person that we need to talk to.
Some of them with the rank of a Duke would be powerful, but until we can confirm his father's death, he won't take over.
Until it's confirmed, I don't think he'll have the weight to tell anyone what to do.
But he also might be able to point us in the direction of...
A young boy
we
in
could-
school? I don't know.
I think it's more important. So, this, I guess.
Who can
okay.
we trust? Who can we go to is the problem at this point.
I think there are two people we could talk to, but I don't know if either would work. One is probably easier. What?
I was about to say, I don't know the political landscape. Is there someone we can talk to? But you kind of basically answered that.
There are two people that are outside this current political landscape that might be able to help us because they are of position equivalent to our king. The Grand Thane, Rockhammer, and Prince Lorson of the Elves. I don't know if either would listen to us. Maybe since we helped out the general, we might be able to get the Grand Thane. But
He might be the best bet.
I mean, he's at least he's known where he is. The prince is just somewhere. Okay. Everyone has a boss. Who's Captain Myrna's boss?
Captain Myrna's boss would have been the general we spoke to. General's boss would probably be, honestly, most likely the king. But there are a couple positions above the general. I'd say he's probably the general in charge of that barracks and a group of full knight commanders and their squadrons, and then probably a bunch of city guards. So above him would probably be one of the high commanders of all the armies, but that's even just talking about here in the Wordlands. It's been a mess with what you saw outside. Military is a mess. There's soldiers from every country. I'm sure that's not helping the military as it is.
I'm sorry that I've created a problem for us.
Well,
Something
sadly, not for us.
Something we're going to have to talk about eventually, but it's right person, wrong person, I think, in this case.
If it makes you feel any better, someone like that would have found a reason, even if you didn't give him one.
Yes.
But it might have taken time.
The fact is that there is definitely a class of the nobility now that just wants to sacrifice what remains of especially these refugees to hold off the armies. Meat shields. You know, most of them will die, but maybe a few will take out a couple of them.
I mean, what are they trying to do? Postpone their deaths until their natural deaths? I don't know.
I know the king would be willing to listen to us, but unfortunately, King Citron is certain. It's very hard to reach. I don't think we're in a position to do that. Maybe one of the dukes, but it would have to be you folks to talk to them. I don't think I could accompany you.
It might be better if your reputation is that problematic, it might be better if you go and stay with the refugees for now. If you're willing to oversee them.
That's what you want me to do. I can do stuff in town otherwise here.
Because here's the thing, even if they treat them poorly, you know the landscape well enough to potentially help mitigate whatever happens to them.
He's gonna give you a look of
Even
like, I don't think so, but I don't really think that's something I could do. The fact is, one of you might have more power than me to do that kind of thing.
Well, we'll be trying to handle it in the city. You just need to make sure that that they get what they need. That's more what I'm saying.
I don't know who I'd talk to. I don't have that kind of connections.
I mean, but you at least know how to organize people, right? You can send out parties to maybe go on hunt for the food, or
There is no hunting
gathering
nearby to the
parties.
city here. There's farmland. And I don't think they'll let us just take stuff from the farmland. We have to rely on the city
well,
for getting supplies.
bureaucracy it is. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You saw the
maybe it would
farmland
be
we were
better-
walking the past couple of days. Things are shipped
Maybe
in,
it would be
usually from the south.
maybe it would be better if you advise us on the political landscape to make sure we don't make any more slip-ups.
I can try. I think bureaucracy might be our way. We can convince one of the current rulers in the city. That might help us. Either the Thane or the Prince. They might be, or even both of them, they might be able to get the ears of King Serentine. And then, if we would be able to explain to them properly what we know, that would be. And also, I just realized, you could have warned him that we had a way to detect them.
That's what I was about to do, but then Umbrin kicked me.
I obviously did not read the situation correctly. I was afraid that he might have been compromised.
Again, I don't think if there is compromised people here, there's a great number of them. We're too far away. Weeks away. And I'm not going to lie. The ones we caught weren't very stable. I don't think it's as successful as you think.
We
Maybe a
also
little-
have seen. We also have seen at least one situation that they had someone working for them who was just a normal person.
Yes. I mean, we already know that that's a thing. And that's honestly more likely what's going to be here in the city. People of influence, not refugees. And that's what we need to potentially get across to them.
That's the thing I'm worried more about. What you said. I'm sure that there's a couple of individuals within the higher ranks, maybe within the dukedom, that would sell out the city if it seemed like it would be safety. But I do think the majority of the dukes that are in charge now, at least those that are in the city, are reasonable. There are a few I'm unsure of. Again, been a long time since I've had time in the city here. Is what? Driven out of the city into the military for a number of years, then retired to the Birchlings. My years are only so far out. Do you think anybody under a duke would be something to worry about? You found evidence of compromise, but who was it again?
It was the dean of a school.
Which school?
Yeah, well, yeah, the dean of the,
Those swamplands.
Yes. I can give you the name, but I can
Alchemical
look it up.
Herbal Academy, Dreamlord Magic School, Portal, by the portal, fallen amphitheater, stairs.
I don't know if I gave you the name of it, because I'm looking through
I
my
don't-
stuff.
Yeah, I don't think
I
you
don't
did.
remember you giving us a name.
Yeah, all I know is the city is at the edge of the reptile lake. He gives the name of the lake.
Yes. If that was true, that was a pretty important person to Swamplands. That's kind of scary to get someone that high a ranking.
Actually, I think it was literally just called the Herbalist Academy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Herbalist Academy was one of the highest ranking places within it. Did you find the teleporter there?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was trying to He was trying to stop the sabotage of the teleporter. That's what his job was.
What I'm saying is, that was someone that was very important they went for. Whether or not they had people other than him, hard to say. But this, it only takes one. I think that's what we're going to have to go by the philosophy. If they've corrupted any individual, it's probably going to be someone of the Duke rank, at least, I would say. and most likely,
Yes.
probably only one of them. It'd be too dangerous to be detected otherwise. Too many people, too many eyes.
Yes.
So, I have a doubt that any counts would be of any important enough position. There's a few, but that's less likely. Something I can ask around about. Maybe I can find some information on that. Maybe I can look into that. I'll meet back with you in the evening. That's something I could probably do.
I
Yeah.
think we should try to meet the Thane.
All right.
In the meantime, we should go down and meet and talk to the
And your search,
captain.
the search that you
Talas?
had, Umbrin.
Yes.
I was thinking about it. You might want to try the Cathedral of the Setting Sun.
I'm guessing that's the large church left in the city.
Yes. Since your quest is semi-religious, they might have something. But I guess take care of one thing at a time.
I will put that on my to-do list.
Yeah, well, we walked into a bit of a shitstorm.
It was going to be that anyway. But you at least set off the storm a little early. Alright, you can head down and meet with Maynor, who's like, it did take you a while to settle in, but I assume, long journey. Gotta get the dust off of you. Please come sit. I'll order some fine drinks on me this day. Of course, since I've been assigned to accompany you on this fine journey.
Yeah, and I'll be like,
Thank you.
oh yes, I had to unpack my bag of holding. You can imagine how long that could take.
The mystical bag fills so much space. I hear of them, but so few people use such a thing.
They are rare,
Well, no need to use them.
but they weren't that rare back in the Scytheria.
Ah. I've heard such great things about the elven people, and the very few that are in the city are very nice folks. Many of them accompany great dinner. I was to a great dinner just a few weeks ago, and believe me, Prince Longsnout was there. Man was a wonderful guest. Volunteered to perform a most beautiful piece on his harp. It was quite wonderful. It was one of the most beautiful things, and he was a gentleman through and through, a true wondrous person. It was such a grand party, and of course, someone such as myself being there was a wonderful thing for our grand host. I know I am just a merely knight captain of our forces, but I try to bring such greatness to us. As he's having some nice, fine wine and a really nice meal brought over, which looks like it's a little high end for this place. This place I kind of put on that, it's like the middle class kind of establishment, it's not the high class establishment. This is like the place merchants might go or something like that.
Yeah.
But he's definitely ordering some very expensive things, So what's your plans in the city? I know the general has plenty of people to talk to about whatever you were discussing of things with the people and horrific monsters that they're sending at us. Oh, sounds so dreadful.
Yes,
No pun
We-
intended there.
Oh. You're a bit dirty, but I like you.
oh yes. In fact, I could tell you the story of all the adventures we had, and I'm actually gonna do kind of more of a embellishment. I'm gonna use Ixbanor is going to use illusions to kind of make basically a show.
Mhm.
Explaining some of the stuff we did, I'm gonna make it very generalized and
Yeah.
generalized to not reveal specifics, and
Yes.
also make it embellished a lot
Yeah,
too.
but, like you're doing like a heroic tale version of it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
And bravely we ran away, Sir Robin.
More like we,
I guess-
more like we held off the hordes
Yeah.
until we could
Make
we
me
could build
a
more,
performance check. We'll just say to see how well you do this. Yeah.
until we could burrow through their ranks and escape. Would this count as making an impression?
Sure.
I get a +1 to make an impression with
Yeah.
performance.
I'll say that's a sure.
Because I'm cute.
And that's just a really good roll. Anyway, he'll be like fascinated by that. Fascinating, wonderful. Oh, it seems like you're such great heroes and been on such insane adventures. Fascinating. It's so grand to hear great heroes like you rescuing so many citizens and deciding to bring them here to keep them safe from the hordes. I'm sure the general and all the higher-ups will wonder to have you here, help leading the front lines against the enemy when they finally approach here. We'll be ready for them. With your warnings, we'll be prepared, we'll fight against them, we'll destroy them, and the country will be once again safe. The world will be safe with great heroes like yourselves. Though, he's gonna kind of like come over close to you and kind of whisper, "Are you sure you should be next to that man over there? I know, I'm sure he's redeemed himself much, but I've heard stories of the Quick family. They say they eat corpses of their enemies after fornicating with them."
Well, I'm gonna basically, I'm gonna whisper into him, and basically be like, he's very good with the common folk.
I guess since he's been driven away to them, I understand. Still, no corpse, anything? At least you've seen?
No, not that I've seen.
Maybe that's just a rumor. But just keep an eye out.
I will. Don't worry.
Well, it has been a wonderful evening, but I shall be back in the morning to accompany where you need to go. Where do you need to go in the city, or are you just going to hang around here? It would be good for you to tell me what your plans are, as I am assigned as your person, your entourage, your watcher. Make sure you remain safe here. We don't want any of the riffraffs here, and I was feeling a little bad about this, but you are such nice folks, and you at least know how to enjoy the fine things. I guess what good heroes do.
After we've rested for the night, we should really meet back up with the general and give a full report. What we gave was just a few snippets.
Oh, of course then. I will plan to stop by in the morning. Well, I'll ask a few of my knights to make sure to watch the inn, just in case any ruffians try to come in with you. You are guests of honor of my general.
Yes, thank you very much.
Well, good evening to you. He's gonna head out.
Good evening. And after he's gone, I'll be like to the others, like, okay, he's gonna watch us very closely.
Pompous windbag.
Do we have to keep interacting with this person? Their face pissing me off.
Sadly, I think we do.
Fuck.
He makes me miss our other companion.
He wants something from us. I don't know what yet.
We can't just kill this guy and dump him in a river somewhere.
I mean, if you get an opportunity, I wouldn't.
I don't think that's gonna help our cause.
Okay, plan B then. Yeah, I'll keep it in the back pocket, just in case.
But Ixbanor, sorry.
Hedwig, Umbrin.
Wrong person. This character is
Yeah.
not socially inept.
Ixbanor, his company made our other companion's company look like a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
I mean, you are the Magnificent Misfits.
Yes. Well, we have
But not Lord
some work ahead of
Eskret's
us.
magnificent misfits.
Not anymore. I wonder if we'll see him again. Anyway. Actually, if possible, Jonas, do you know any underground types in the city?
What do you mean by underground? You have to be a little bit more specific.
Ne'er-do-wells, I believe he means.
Fiends.
Personally,
Like-
no. Do I know of them? Yes. There is technically a thieves guild here. It's said to be led by a legendary thief. Whether or not he's actually still in the city, or they're still active, I can't answer.
Calder, do you know anything about him?
Why are you asking me?
No reason. No reason. Anyway,
Guess it has to
Uh,
do with you being in prison when we first met.
I mean, not to my knowledge. The only reason I was in prison was because I was trying to steal shit. I'm not really.
okay.
And even then, I wasn't there for that long.
Look.
I was in there for like a day, and then I got offloaded onto you guys.
Even if he's still in the city, I don't know if he'd be very active during this thing. I do know that the Thieves Guild did have a code of some kind, and I think the ongoing threat means that most of them are either helping out or run away.
I mean, I've been in a number of cities as I've run away from Skateria.
Well-
Something I've learned is the more corrupt the rulership, the more noble the underground.
Well,
Is that true?
if you do want to talk, we could try to look for it. I don't know if we'd have any luck,
It's-
but we have a name. All we know is he's known as the Owl, the head of the Thieves Guild. Notorious criminal. Hasn't been active very much for the last couple of decades, as far as I can tell. Not since my time in the military. Granted, I didn't really get involved with any of his actions. But every few years you hear about him popping back up and saying he's still around by doing something. Been a few years since then, but hey, the entire army attacking on the door means if this owl still is around, he's being quiet at least. Well, it's another option.
It just sometimes there's ways to get things done, but you know what? I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well,
Stealth isn't my second highest skill.
I'm stealthy, but I am not thievery.
well,
No, we should get some rest. You definitely need to clear things up with the general, at the very least. Because he at least controls the pathway between Captain Myrner and King.
I'll head out in the meanwhile in the morning. Where do you want me to take care of first? I can look into some information on a number of sources. If you want to talk to the Elven Prince, I can find him. If you want to try to find the Owl, I can look into him. If you want me to see if there's any kind of information, I could try looking into the lore you're trying to get through from the cathedral. Or I could do something else. I think we were talking about what you wanted to send me on, but I just need a confirmation. it's probably
Oh,
also better not for me to go with you anyway.
Yes, unfortunately. I think the prince, as much as it is an option, I think we'd be better trying to tap the Thane. At least we already have it in there.
As I said, it's an option that you can send me to try. I have my ears in various places. I can get low ground.
See,
I look
I
to you,
definitely
Hedwig.
think wrong game.
I keep saying Hedwig. I'm Ixbanor.
Get him. Kill him.
Small animal person.
They're completely different.
I mean, personally, I don't know enough about like the underground here to feel like it's worth it. If honestly, here's the thing: if we find Prince Eladrin, if he can look into that, that'll be our quickest way to the King's Ear.
I think the suggestion was if you can get the ear of both the Prince and the Grand Thane, you'll have two voices getting to the King's Ear. As much as they are fellow rulers, they're fellow rulers without countries.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yes. I mean, both would be better. I mean, we would like both, but I think because we have no leads for the Prince, which is why I'm thinking him looking into that. If he could get a lead, that'd be nice.
Yeah, if he could look into the prince, that would be great, and then we can try to tap the Thane.
I'm sure Captain Maynor would be willing to take you. You saw your you saw your interaction with Tolan. And
Yes.
so if you ask to go looking for Tolan and find the Grand Thane along the way, I don't think he'd
Well,
stop.
we'd want to talk to Tolan about seeing the Grand Thane anyway, because he obviously has his ear.
Yeah.
I mean, he said he was gonna go and look for him or something like that. Like
He was going to
Yes,
report
right.
to him, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but saying we're looking for Tolan is honest because he's our way to the Thane.
Yep.
So
But that's why I'm saying. But I still think it's better for him to look for any kind of clue on Prince Eladrin.
Yeah, that
Wyrm.
I agree with that.
then I'll look into
Okay.
where we can find Prince Sorcerer. I'll start with that. You go talk to the general tomorrow, and then if you have time, go talk to the Thane. We'll meet back up, and we can figure out from there if I've been lucky or not. And then if you need me to do anything else, I can go off and do it. I should be able to sneak off on my own pretty easily. These knights, they're good at their jobs, but they're not the most observant.
I mean,
Appreciate it.
I also think they're. You also don't stand out as much as the rest of us. Let's be real.
I don't think they want me to stand out. All right.
Be careful though. If
An old soldier named Jonas is one thing. I'll just stick to that while I'm in the city. Though I don't think your average person cares. The noble class are the ones that have those rumors. It's fine.
I'm curious where those rumors came from.
I'm not about to ask him.
Maybe.
Again, all you know they said to you is something really terrible happened when he was a child and his family was stripped of their title.
Yep.
Banished, went into the military, and eventually ended up in the Birch Themes.
Yep.
Alright, why don't we take our break here? That's a good spot here, and then we can do a meeting with General and maybe a meeting with a Thane afterwards.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, this is fun.
if you need a snack, drink, or bathroom break, please go ahead and do them, and then we'll be back. And I had double music going the entire time. I forgot to mute the music from OBS. Whoops. Anyway, we'll be back in a little bit.
If it makes me feel any better, it wasn't really noticeable.
That's good. Head back then. Open the show. Welcome back. I'm gonna read that this time. I know.
I'm so ready.
So ready. Okay. All right. Do this. I'll do that. All right. So you're returning once more to speak to the general. Now this next morning. So, Captain Mjolnir will be like, well, I tried to get to the general, and eventually he can speak with you, but he's very busy. So many meetings with so many people. It turns out when you have a good few thousand refugees coming in, it makes you very busy. We could try to wait around and see if we could interrupt him, but he is very busy. I wouldn't mind, though. I could be hanging around and watch after you while I get a little bit of paperwork done. I do have to catch up on a few things.
Well, that was hard. That is what we came here to do, so we can wait.
Oh, excellent. Then let's head back to the fortifications. Come now. He'll lead you back there, and he'll basically... It's like not an actual, like, waiting room, but basically he'll, like, kind of just, like, be like, there really isn't a place for just people to wait around. How about this, hallway?
Sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll be in here working. If you need anything, just knock.
Understood.
Right. He's gonna head inside and just leave you to hang around in a hallway.
Is he in the same office as the general, like the same area?
Yes.
Like, do you have to pass him to get to the general?
Technically, yes. Remember I said when originally it was 5 desks in a room, there was these 4 that were arranged on opposite sides of you that you kind of walked into. So it was like these 2 on each side that had the, what you assumed were the knight captains. And then at the back end of the room was the larger desk where the general was at.
Okay, when he goes in, I want to see if I can take a peek to see if the general is even in there right now.
Okay. Just give me a perception then. See what you will. 22 is pretty decent. So you gotta kind of like look in there, and as far as you can tell, it does seem as though the general is in there speaking with someone.
Do we want to try to listen in?
That would be up to you to listen in through a door.
Yes, I know. I'm just like, do you guys want to keep an eye out? Let me know if someone's coming, and
Yeah,
Understood.
I can go do that.
I can keep an ear out.
Just try not
Okay.
to get caught.
I guess if one of you is looking out, give me perception, and then I will also need a perception from Umbrin.
I can... Ooh. Man, I really should have put a point in wisdom. I got I mean, I have a 13 for perception. I did go to master at level 7. So
I mean, we
good.
could. Yeah, I mean, I got a 15, so that's not.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
big
if
of
you're
a-
listening in, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, between like me and Ixbanor for lookout.
Technically, we also have. Oh God, my brain just died.
Talas,
Yeah, Talas.
I think
Yes.
I mean, his is 11. His isn't much better.
Uh,
You're the best of us, and I'm lagging
Yeah.
only slightly behind at number 2.
Well, I got a 31 to listen in.
Oh, wow, not bad.
Okay.
Give me 1
At 24
second.
to observe any gooligans.
Okay.
Like, I know what I haven't redone my potions for the day, so
Mhm.
but I also know I want to see if I have an idea, but for now, I'll just do it normally.
Okay. 18. Alright. I'll let Calder and Ixbanor know if they see anything. But in the meantime, so Umbrin, you get close to the door and start listening in. And there's the thing is, it is an office with a number of individuals in there. Certainly speaking, your associate, Captain Maynor, is in there also seemingly doing work. So you can kind of hear some noise of, like, you know, people writing some stuff out. But then you kind of can hear, because none of them are really speaking up, you kind of hear in the background some voices, and you can hear what sounds like the general speaking to someone. So, it seems as though we have a possible problem with the refugees. Nothing major. We're supplies should be presented to them as much as possible. But I've been hearing tales that sometimes some kind of infection can get into them, turn them into monsters if we're not careful. We should quarantine them to make sure they're safe. And then also, perhaps, keep an eye on stuff. Maybe get some more guards assigned to it. I do feel like it's proper being stressed on. And the fact is, the Birchlings is going to fall. Maybe one of them is a traitor to us all and should be watched after them. I'm not saying that it's going to be guaranteed. Certainly speaking, I'm just thinking we should be cautious for now. You know, continue to supply them with the base level of what they need, but they are just people running here. Try to be safe. If they really wanted safety, they could keep running and just keep running and running. We need to continue to make sure our citizens are well supplied. Our soldiers are well supplied and ready to fight the good fight. It is my suggestion that we just keep things to a minimum. We shouldn't strain our system. You make a good point about the strain there, too. I don't know if I would say that there would probably be a traitor amongst them, but if there is some kind of infection, maybe I can see if there's some folks that can get out there and look at them medically. Do you know much about it? Only that it hides insidiously and turns people into monsters. Apparently, it was a threat to the Birchlings. Sudden monsters inside the walls. Terrible things. Caused much death. As far as I can tell, and what I've heard from the tales. We'll have to take care of it. But maybe we're lucky and it was just there. They've eliminated all of them. But I'm just saying, we should be cautious. Fine. I'll talk to some people. Alright, you'll hear some walking towards the door. So yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm gonna move. Oh, no, my internet dropped for a second.
Oh.
Yay, internet issues. The second one today.
Yeah, I was just, all of a sudden, it was like, nope. And I'm like, what the hell? And now it's back, so I'm loading back into the game now.
Okay.
Oh, word.
How much did you miss?
I will walk away. I heard everything. I believe.
Okay.
I will step away from the door and quickly but quietly, let them know what was just said. That he's already trying to screw our people over.
Yeah.
And very much exaggerating what we told him.
Yeah.
Anyway, the door will open, and a man accompanied by two very, large-looking soldiers will kind of leave. He'll give a brief look towards you, but then he'll, basically head out.
I'm gonna, as they're leaving, it's like,
They're going to ignore you.
Damn. Fucking pricks.
I mean, I was about to say, okay. If they just ignore me as they walk by, I'm like, screw you.
They took a look and then just left, because it looks like you're just random people in the hallway outside the door.
Assholes.
Mm-hmm.
We should kill them.
They're nobles.
Oh, yeah.
We're nothing to them.
Eat rich.
That wasn't the general, though. You were assuming that's whoever was talking to the general.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually curious. Who was the one saying we shouldn't do stuff? Was it the noble or the general saying we should? So, like, was he giving orders, or was this other person suggesting things to him?
The general was suggesting things to someone, and the other person was more hesitant. Whoever he was talking to, the person that's leaving, was a little bit more practical, but was still listening to the general, basically.
Then I'm gonna follow after him.
Mm,
Excuse
okay.
me. Excuse me, sir. My
Who
name
way?
is Ixbanor Halifax. We were wondering if we could give the full report to the general now of what happened to the Birchleans. We weren't able to give the full report yesterday, and I feel like some things might have gotten weren't made super clear.
The man will kind of stop and kind of turn back to you. General seems to be under the impression that he did get a full report of everything that was going on, was looking into everything. Did you forget to tell him any details?
We only met with him for a few minutes before
I'd have to have a deception roll on that one. You did meet for him for a little while.
We really didn't meet for that long. Wait,
It
really?
was,
You
it, was
think that's
it was
deception?
probably like 10 to 20 minutes. It's not a big thing, but it was enough time for like a conversation. Like, you could have given a decent report is what I'm saying. Like, you just didn't give information to him, and he jumped to conclusions still. So, like...
I mean, it's
Okay,
also we did have a long travel.
Well, again,
I mean,
That you
okay.
could
I mean,
say.
I feel like it'd be diplomacy or deception, but both are the same for me. So
Yeah.
whatever.
I'd say...
Because I feel like it's more diplomacy technically, because I'm
if you just want to be kind of like diplomatic and be like, hey, then I'd say that's fine. You could roll whichever you want to. But what are you basically trying
because I'm
to...
not being deceptive by saying I feel like I'm not being deceptive by saying we didn't give him the full report and that.
Okay, that's fine.
Uh,
If you just want to say, oh, you didn't give him
yeah.
the full report. His question was then like,
Yeah.
well, why didn't you give him the full report? You had an opportunity to.
We had a long
well, yeah. Well, Captain Muir kind of led us away, saying, kind of made it clear that we were tired, which we were, and helped us get away for a brief respite, so that we could come back fresh in the morning when we could give everything more clearly. That is a deception.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
My sources, my lies. I'm actively lying to you.
I'm just telling the GM. That's it. I'm
inactively
definitely pushing the
lying to
truth
you.
there on how. To be fair, he did kind of push us along, but
Yeah.
it's like a half truth. But best lies are half truths.
best lies haven't submitted.
That's a pretty good roll. That's a pretty good roll. He'll kind of like raise an eyebrow and be like, I get what you were saying. You were a little tired and needed to get some rest before you could give the full report, is what you were saying?
Well, we just.
A few weeks' journey across the land.
Days of travel. You know how it goes.
This is not truly a place to walk and talk. To talk. Follow me. You will
I'll
have.
follow him.
He'll lead you outside and be like, there'll be a carriage out there, and he'll be like, you will have 5 minutes to inform me of all that you need to inform me of, that you feel like you missed saying to the captain. I will allow you to correct any mistakes that perhaps he has in his words or his knowledge, if you know what you were going to say to him and perhaps what you told him before. If it's outside the purview of your knowledge, it does not matter. But again, it's 10 minutes to get to my next appointment. You have that amount of time.
Oh, understood.
He's gonna get in his carriage,
It was,
basically, and be like,
Yeah, and I'll get him with him. I don't
Yeah.
know if anyone else is following me.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
walking.
you kind of just walked away, so I don't know if you like.
Yeah, I don't know if
waved
you
at
guys.
us.
That's what I mean. I don't know if you guys followed me. I ran after him.
Yeah, we should probably should go follow him.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
don't think we should leave you alone.
Yeah.
I think so. There was something that we completely missed when we were talking about the infection. I'm gonna use the words that he used, and that is that we actually had a way of detecting it. We
That's
have the
good.
formula for it, and the alchemy. So we actually were able to route out the majority of the people there in the Birchlings already.
That were infected?
But if you feel like there might be
What kind of disease was it?
Yes. It was less of a disease and more deliberate. So basically, the people were a few people were captured and forced to behave a certain way and basically mind controlled. But those who had that, but it was more biological, therefore infection. It wasn't contagious though. You had to actively infuse someone with this energy or with this disease.
You're saying they were also mind controlled.
Effectively, think about if you were to shove a second enemy consciousness in the body of someone else. That's basically what they did.
That sounds horrifying. Are you sure you
Yes.
got them all? That your plan worked? This sounds like something that would have brought the end of the Birchlings or any town that it would be in. What kind of madness are you bringing?
That's why the Birchlings haven't fallen yet, is because we found a way of alchemically detecting those who had this procedure done to them. In fact, infection isn't even the right word. Procedure is probably a better word. And it would give those a rash. We could give you the formula if you have alchemists. We can give you the formula for this. It will cause a rash on anyone who has this infection or has this infected disease procedure done to them.
Honestly, I don't know what to think. The fact is that you've thrown quite a problem my way, more than just dealing with an amount of refugees. What you expect me to do?
Well, again, the refugees should be safe. We already tested everyone in the Birchling.
The fact is you're bringing me this problem means that it's going to be an excuse to not treat them like they're safe. You do realize that. The city is already strained very heavily with the amount of soldiers and people that have already flooded in. And your 5,000 refugees are a problem. We're managing, but I don't know how long we're going to be able to manage. Supplies are thin. And there are plenty that want to save the supplies for more important people.
I understand. I just don't think quarantining them is a necessary step. They're just people. If anything, like I said, we found all the ones in the Birchlings. We're confident of that. Very confident. We literally put this detector in the water supply, and everyone had to drink.
Are you sure everyone would have drunk it?
Yes.
The magic to create waters, or those that may have found out about this detection. Strange rashes appeared on a number of their kin.
The only people, the only person who knew about this, our detection method, was Evan saying, if you have an issue, she was confident in it. The Duchess.
Yes, I'm aware of who you're speaking of. You seemingly have thrown quite a bombshell in my direction. I will require your formula. Where are you staying?
The Silken Bear.
I'll send someone over to collect it. As for your refugees,
Understood.
I can give quarter to them in a way, but it won't be what they maybe need, and it will be dangerous for them. Do you think they can handle it, these men and women who have gone through so much?
Yes, I think they're... Honestly, I don't think they expect anything. I don't think they expect a cushy life here. They're refugees. They know what they got into. Well, they didn't have a choice either, but... Everyone has to make their part. Everyone has to do their part.
Very well. Give them word that I can arrange for something a little better for them. I'm
Very
less
well.
on the general's side in this case, and I'm more on the suggestion that I can help fix things here. But we must send them south. Avanswell cannot care for them. We will split them into 4 groups and send them to the 4 villages to the south. It'll be long journeys for some of them, but figure out where they're going. Let them know. Have them divide themselves up. The villages can perhaps care for maybe the groups of them. I don't know. The great villages. Great towns in the south, I should say. 1,000 extra people, maybe each can carry for it. Beyond that, I doubt it.
Understood. We'll see what we'll get word to them. Thank you for listening to me, for taking the time. I'm Ixbanor Halifax. What'd you say your name was?
Did not give mine Ixbanor Halifax. And there's a time and place for that. To you, I am just an official doing his job. If a name is needed in the future, I will give it to you.
Understood.
I will send some.
Thank you.
The Silky Bear.
Thank you for your
I'll-
precious time.
Yes. Thank you for your precious time. We'll be waiting.
He'll
We'll wait
stop
patiently.
at what looks to
for your
be a very important building deep within the city, and he'll start being escorted out, as you will basically be kicked out of the carriage in the middle of like a really nice area of the city.
Yep.
10 minutes of a quick carriage ride through the city away from where you were.
Yeah.
I get the feeling like Talas
Yep.
stayed behind, like in case someone came looking for you, to be like they went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like it is like you're like a half an hour on foot away from where you were through the city.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll
think-
get back there eventually.
I think we need to make haste back.
Well, I think I was the only one there. You guys said
No,
you didn't
we
follow
said
me,
we
right?
followed you.
yeah.
Oh, you did follow me. Okay.
you did
Yes.
Very well.
That's why he's saying I
So-
guess you guys left Talas behind.
Yeah. At least Talas is somewhat persuasive. Okay. You
All right.
will...
You make your way back to there. Just
I'm...
give me.
As
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
help enough. I don't have the moderate version. I was about to say I could give us all give us a cheetah's elixir to give us plus 10 foot speed, but it only lasts 10 minutes, so it wouldn't quite get us there that much faster. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I would need maybe like one of those persuasion checks from Talas.
Talas.
Yes.
I was also wondering, did he have any like crest on his carriage or himself?
The royal crest was on them. I will tell you.
Okay. Because I was going to try to do a
Do we wanna
society
roll it?
check to see.
Do we want to roll with that, or do we want to have him use the hero point?
I would hero point this one. I don't think we're going to need a lot of hero points this session, so...
That is better. It's no longer a 4. It's an 11. So
Actually, that should be 23 because I never bumped up Talas's level to 7.
okay.
We get a plus 1.
Yeah. So Talas will basically be like, hey, they so in the building checking, like, going to the bathroom, checking some stuff out. They'll be back in a minute. We give basically like reasonable excuses as to how much he knows because all of you just kind of wandered off. So he just assumes you're going to be back. He doesn't assume you've gone on a car on a carriage ride through the city.
Yeah, I just assumed it was just me. I would have actually wanted you guys to stay back.
I think it's funnier you all went along anyway. But yeah, no.
Well, just in case shit went sideways, we didn't want you to be by yourself.
You were nice that way. They didn't keep you safe. Maybe a little secret, but definitely safe.
Is it secret? Is it
Hey.
secret? Is it safe?
The answer to that is no on both accounts. So you will eventually make it back though, and be able to wander back in, and Talas will give you this look of like, where the hell have you been? Because it's been like probably, honestly, nearly an hour that you've been gone.
As probably 2 of us are sweating our asses off because we were booking it full force and carrying
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ixbanor.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know why you guys are so tired.
Fuck you.
Gonna throw you out of a window.
No chickens for you tonight.
Aw.
A number of folks came and went, but everything's been relatively quiet. And Maynard came to check in with us, but no one's asked for us.
That's good at least.
Well, I think we should wait a while until he checks in again and say, and we can just say that we decided
have
not to
other
wait
business.
anymore.
Yeah, we have other business we want to attend to.
Yeah.
Which we do want to talk to talk to the Thane, so.
Okay. Well, it'll be like
I can't.
maybe like 10-15 minutes, and then Maynard will come outside and be like, how was your bathroom trip? Snack break? I believe there was the cafeteria downstairs you could have had access to. Please, though, if you're going to wander off in the fortifications like that, do let me know ahead of times. I am supposed to at least know where you're at all times.
Sorry, I think I might have picked the wrong mushrooms on the way as we traveled here, and they did not agree.
I've only heard tales of bad mushrooms. We don't get anything shipped in here. Usually they're all very good at testing and finding out which ones are bad.
On our travel here.
I heard tale of mushrooms that cause you to see different colors that you normally can't. Almost magical, but not quite. Still mundane.
I figured that also explains the perspiring.
You are like... Anyway. It'll probably be still a little while before the general ship is ready. He's been very busy. Lots of meetings. I did tell you about that.
Yes, maybe we should see if we can schedule something with him. We do have other business we do need to attend to as well.
I'll tell him that you're planning on making a schedule for it. I'm sure he can let me know a good time then to it within the next day or two. Where were you planning on going to next? I will accompany you. I've got most of the important work I need done. Fortunately, the other captains have been taking care of it for me. They're so nice that way. Now, personally, I think that a lot of them are a little sloppy when it comes to that kind of work. Let me just say that there, but they try their best.
Good help
Wait.
is hard to find.
They are not master state craftsmen like myself.
what you are?
Of course.
But we want to go see our dwarven friend, the general.
Ah, yes. You had a friend in the general, didn't you?
Yes.
Well then.
We'd like to check in on him.
All right, very good then. He's probably in the Thane's quarters or around there. Let me escort you to where he's staying at, and we can see if we can find him for you. What was his name there?
At a game, I'm blanking.
Did you say where he was staying?
No, he said what was his name then?
Oh, Tolan?
Tolan, thank you.
Tolan Onyxbeard.
Yes, General Tolan Onyxbeard.
Oh, grand, a general. High-ranking member. Well, let us go. He'll kind of walk in the building and kind of like let people know that he's escorting you. Anyway.
Yep.
All right. It'll be a little bit of a traveling through the city. He's going to escort you by foot. Probably about like small 10-20 minute walk away. You've been like running all over the city, because again, the city is very spread out here.
It's a proper large city, so.
Yes, it is probably the largest. It turns out Avanswell was one of the largest cities on this side of the continent, for various reasons. It's by far, by many degrees, larger than all the other cities in the entire country you're in, too. The Birchlings is well over maybe like a quarter of its size, and it was the next biggest city. So you can see how much this is a massive metropolis here. And probably swelling with a lot of people from those that had been coming in for over the years, from them moving out this way, from the entire, continental invasion. Anyway, you will be able
I'm
to
definitely
arrive.
going to need to soak my feet tonight.
Mm-hmm. You arrive in an area of the city that seems to be heavily populated with dwarves.
Surprise.
There are a number of major forges here that seem to be of dwarven ownership, and a large building here that you assume from its look and appearance may have been an embassy at one point in time, but has been repurposed. Do you need me to accompany you inside? If not, I can get a little business done. I have my... He's going to kind of look down. I was putting it off, but while I'm here, I get a little bit of work done on my sword. I'll be across the street, over there, at the Iron Flames. They're one of the best forges in the city, and it's an opportunity to get the work done with them. A little bit of sharpening, a little bit of work on it, keeping anything. As much as I am well practiced in my sword, I do want to keep it as close to perfection when the time comes, so it may slice its way through the enemies.
We can
Please.
handle our own from here.
Yes,
We'll
handle
let you,
your
We'll come
errand.
over and we'll let you know when we're done.
Excellent. He's gonna walk across the street to basically one of the forges.
Yeah, good. We don't need him right now.
Again, he probably has been assigned to like look after you, but also like doesn't understand what the assignment really is. The other guy-
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. At first, I thought he was just actually being obtuse and trying to like. Now I'm honestly just thinking he's just
No,
a moron.
He's just a noble and sees this as something that's beneath him.
Oh,
I
he
think
enjoys
it's
the
more
job.
he sees this as an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I was assigned to this. I need to do it well to look good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He looks at this a lot
I
more
also
like a
think he
bureaucrat
likes
rather
it.
than a soldier. Yeah.
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 Mhm. So, anyway, hey, you can head inside the building. It's a busy place. There are a bunch of dwarves kind of moving around. There's a few humans here and there that seem to be talking with some of the dwarves, having meetings and discussions and stuff like this, but it definitely feels like the majority of people here are dwarven.
Oh, also, so at this point, now that he's gone, I'm
Mhm.
gonna actually talk to Talas and tell him
Mhm.
to go and that some officials will be showing up, and we need to give them a form. Actually, you know what? I feel like Ixbanor should just be the one to go. Basically, I want to head back to the Silken Bear to wait for those officials.
Okay. So you want to separate out and let the others kind of do the meeting here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's because we need someone there, and I was about to say, oh, Talas, but he won't know what to look for because he didn't meet with them. So, unless one of you want to go with Talas, but I'm okay being the one in charge of it since I'm the one who basically did all the talking last time.
Yeah, and you also know a lot of the science of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You
So-
and Calder do, so.
So, Talas, Calder, and Umbrin are now teaming up in order to negotiate with some dwarves.
What could go
Well,
wrong?
I'm definitely not going to be the one negotiating because I have a +0 to charisma.
Same.
Calder doesn't either. Me and Talas are the only ones with
Yeah.
charisma.
We're not.
I guess Talas can be your roll monkey if you guys want to say stuff. You're like, Talas, back
Yes.
us up here with,
We're not people.
pretty words. All right. Well, what do you want to do? Ixbanor is going to head off, and the three of you are going to be left in this opening area to this building. Probably would be kind of like the lobby area of it. As I said, it is busy. It's pretty packed with people going around, doing business, talking with it. It seems as though, there's dozens of people moving around at any time in here.
I'm going to look around and see, is there like a central desk or like
Also remember,
seem
there
to
are
be
other ways
someone
get
in...
things-
Oh, sorry.
I was about to say, there are other ways to get things done. Also keep that in mind.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
There
Um,
does seem to be something that looks central, but it's not a desk. It's a bar. There is a bar in the middle of this place, and there aren't a lot of people
Appropriate.
at the bar, but occasionally someone will sidle up, grab a drink, swig it down, and then get back to work.
Appropriate. I guess I'll walk up to the bar.
What business you got?
Well, a drink sounds good, as well as we're looking for a friend of ours. General Onyxbeard.
You commander?
I thought he was general. Okay, commander, yes. Sorry.
He was commander of the last battalion. It is the term title he
commander,
gave out.
so-
Yes.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
fine.
sorry. Commander Onyxbeard.
I think he served directly under the general who served directly under. It was
He basically was the Grand Thane, who's in charge of the military under the Grand Thane, and then him, basically, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Commander
Oh.
Onyxbeard.
well, I can send some word to him. I guess if he's around, he can help you out or talk to you or whatever the heck you want to do with him. You have what kind of business do you have? I mean, I guess I really should ask that technically.
We wanted to check in on him, see how he's doing. We were with him at oh my god, my brain is dead tonight.
The Birchlings.
At the Birchlings.
All right, then. He's gonna like grab someone who's like got like a stack of some books, and he's gonna kind of like he's got like this stack of like books. They're slightly like taller than him. You know, he's a dwarf, so he's a little squat, you know, down there, but it's still like a pretty decent sized book. So you see the books kind of shake and stuff, and he managed to hold them up as this guy like grabs a shoulder, and then like, do any of you
You're
speak
cutting out a
Dwarven?
little bit.
Sorry.
It's okay. You.
I might. Hold on. I do, yes.
Well, then he's gonna stop someone and in dwarf and be like, "Go find Commander Onyxbeard and let him know he's got some weirdos that want to talk to him. I guess they're friends of his from his journeys and his adventures or something. I don't know. Also find out if they're good for it or if I have to charge them."
We're good
You'll
for
see him
it.
like kind of look back at you guys and be like kind of look back like I kind of want to still charge him. What do your drinks be? He's turning back and looking and talking in common.
You know we can.
I'll have an ale.
Never mind. I'm not even gonna fucking.
We don't have ale here.
What do you mean you don't? What?
We have
Dwarven ale.
bourbon, whiskey.
It's one of those.
Whiskey.
He's gonna pour you a pretty sizable shot. Then, like it's like a double shot, I would say. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be careful drinking that. I don't drink.
I'll put it on your tab.
Sure.
I'm sure Talas will have something.
Talas,
Talas drink.
Or
He
is he
strikes
going
me.
to stay?
I mean, he strikes me as someone who would, like, casually.
I think he does casually.
Yep.
But he'll
He's
probably
not a heavy drinker.
he'd probably be like, "I'll get one on our way out once
That's
our
fair.
business is done."
Yeah.
It's valid.
To yourself. You'll see the guy who's the barkeep pour himself a shot too, swig it down, and then of course get back to like helping out a number of people that just are coming in. They won't really say anything. They'll just show up and he'll like pull out a glass and grab one of the various many bottles and pour it there. He's got like dozens of bottles behind you. He pointed at 2 for you.
Yeah.
For me?
That's fine.
There's
2 for
no
me.
love lost.
I'm gonna
One
take.
for you.
I'm gonna take the shot.
All right. It is strong whiskey. It is burning. It's probably not the strongest whiskey you assume is back there. No. But he gave you something that's kind of like, I'd call it the medium range, the medium point of strength of it there. So it still kicks you, and it's a good amount of it too. So it's sort of like, it's a big shot of something that's still pretty hearty. So you're like, ugh.
Smooth.
He'll kind of give like a wry smile and get back to work.
Is it normal for people to be drinking on the job here?
You not understand dwarfs.
He's gonna kind of chuckle. He's like, yes and no. Usually, the regulars stop by for something in between a job or something like that too. And honestly speaking, we have things up and running a lot more when things are really stressful. Cuts it, gets you ready for the next little bit. Plus,
Can't argue with that.
anytime a contract is done, a drink is traditionally done. We've moved into, situationally here, drinks done by whoever proposed the contract now. So, Lorm here, who's got his drink, Lorm here, successfully enacted a contract with some of the locals to the south to bring in a little extra iron for more weapon forging. Lorn, being the guy who presented the contract to our friends from the south, is the one grabbing the drink now. He has successfully made his business. Lorm will kind of wave a hand for a second as he swigs down his drink, kind of like a confusion of why he's being brought up, and then get back to work.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not inside.
It was more of an awkward of like, why are you addressing me? I'm not part of this.
I was just trying to be nice.
Well, I mean, Lorm was like that. Lorm was like,
yeah.
why am I being brought into this? He had that look on his face of like, hello,
Like,
hi,
why are
thank
you
you.
telling these strangers my business?
Mhm. Anyway, it's the Dwarven way.
Understood.
Because I can respect it to a certain extent.
There are 3 things that our people are known for: mining, forging, and drinking. I mean, there's technically some other stuff, but that's what we're known for here in town.
Yeah, fair.
I like you folks. I'll keep it on the tab.
Thank you.
I'm probably going to be coming back here a lot, so
I'll keep the tab open.
Yeah.
It'll be like a few more minutes before coming down will be Onyxbeard. He seems a little bit nicer dressed, but he isn't also in his armor anymore. He's in like basically some very like I'd say like decently nice clothing. But again, like it's not really flashy or ostentatious. It doesn't really show off like being necessarily like high rank. It's just like kind of like maybe slightly nicer clothes. I would say like that, you know.
Like officer's clothing.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good way to describe it. Something that would be level for like an officer, but it's just kind of more generic clothing. It definitely isn't like a full uniform as far as you can tell. It's like a half uniform. But again, like you don't know what like the, in quotations, dress garb of a dwarf is. That could just be their dress garb.
Yeah.
Anyway, my friends, just the three of you today?
Yes.
Where's my little fuzzy friend and Jonas?
Ixbanor had a meeting, and Jonas is looking for the prince for us.
Prince. Pointy ears?
Yes.
Those guys are a little up their ass, but they're relatively nice most of the time. Hopefully you can find them.
We
Come on,
wish
follow me.
to bend your ear for a bit. Yes.
Well, my ears aren't that pointy, but I can definitely bend them to you. He's gonna kind of chuckle for a moment. No. But seriously, you know, if you need any help trying to get in contact with it, I'm sure some of my, some of the people up here can maybe send a message out to the prince. The elves and us are on pretty well good terms.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So what can I help you with? He's gonna kind of like lead you kind of like to like a small like room where there's like a meeting table or something like that that seems unused. It seems like a lot of these side rooms have like meeting tables and stuff like that. You'll walk by a few with doors that are open where you can hear people arguing in like either common or dwarven about like, you know, what looks to be some kind of negotiations, and he's gonna lead you to an empty one. You kind of just sit down.
I'm afraid I might have stuck my foot in my mouth when we first got here.
How so?
When we first got here, what was the general's name?
General Thurncut.
Thurncut. We spoke to him, and being the cautious person I can be at times, I thought it was best to bring up the fact that we do know that the enemy can send in people in disguise.
Didn't we take care of that? You guys destroyed the base that was doing it, and we rooted them all out.
In case any got this far, we don't know if all of them went directly to our place, or some could have filtered down this way.
He's gonna kind of sneer a bit. That seems too cautious. I think we killed them all. Those were easy to find. Didn't know how to act like people.
Unfortunately, it seems the general is looking for a reason not to help our people. And is now using that as a way to, using that information as a way to try to not provide assistance to them.
Well, I can talk to some people, see if we can get some supplies in here. We're a hardy lot. We've got some extra things that we can certainly trade off to keep people from the Birchleen safe.
We were also hoping if you could talk to the Thane for us, to try to get word to the king, maybe try to set up a meeting that we could explain everything that's going on to him.
No. Belmont's pretty busy with a lot of work. I can try speaking to him.
That's also why we were seeking the prince as well.
Well,
We figured if we could have a few voices in the king's ear, we may be able to negotiate a meeting.
Can I remind you of something?
Yes, please.
We didn't want to necessarily talk to the king for the people of the Birchlings so much as for getting everyone to that one fort when the time is right.
We could wrap everything into that, but I figure also, and also trying to navigate everyone for when the time is right to get us all our people and everyone else out of here.
You know what? I think I can try to talk to the Thane about some of this, but maybe you can talk to someone else. You good with all that kind of religious stuff, right?
Yes.
Excellent. You probably want to talk to Doric then. Oh, sorry.
Who is this Doric?
Doric
and where can I
Rockhammer.
find him?
King's younger brother. Grand Thanes, our kings. He doesn't hang around here much. He's usually up at the big cathedral in town. Very religious.
I was planning on making a trip there anyway, so that works out perfectly.
Yeah, if you get his ear, it might be a little easier than me. As much as I'm a celebrated general, honestly speaking, I don't have as much sway. I didn't come back with many of the men I went with, and those that I did are heavily wounded. I myself am kind of, again, pointing to the fact he's missing a hand, not in great shape. I'm listened to, but not quite as much. You got that religious words. Maybe you can convince Doric to get his brother's ear. I can try. I can definitely talk to a few people about getting some stuff to the refugees. That's easy. I think we can get some supplies together. When it comes to bureaucracy, we're a little bit more efficient than the humans here in the Tit City. No offense. You're kind of like looking to you, Calder.
Calder?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only human in the party.
yeah. From what I've seen, you're justified.
He's gonna kind of chuckle for a minute. Yeah, I don't know. Human bureaucracy is just so inefficient. I don't understand it, but
Neither do I.
But regardless,
And
I can talk to some people. I can arrange that much. But I just don't have the Thane's ear like I did with his father. And even then, I was just a small friend of his. I'm not the same.
understood, but we appreciate any help you give. And for what it's worth, I still wouldn't want to challenge you in an arm wrestling contest.
I can still kick some ass.
Actually, let me check something. If you let me take some measurements, I can make you a new hand, right?
I've heard tale that there's some people that can do that. If we survive everything that's happening, find a little bit of peace, then I'll work.
I'll keep it in my notebook then. Just let me know when you want it.
Will do. Hopefully I'll have the opportunity.
Groovy.
Alright. So, was there anything else you need before I let you go?
No, if you need us, we're staying. I'll give them the place you're staying at.
The Silky Bear. Yeah. Alright. I'll also reach some feelers out. I have a few connections with some of the royal guards, with the Prince Locerin. when they first came to stay in the Thanelands, I was one of the people that was helping them out. Granted, it's a small connection, but I at least might be able to see something. Get you some information or see who you can talk to.
Thank you. As always, you're a good friend.
Good luck. He'll reach out his only existing hand for like a handshake, you know.
Yeah, I'll gladly shake it.
All right. Okay. So I'll just kind of quickly go over Ixbanor. You will have your opportunity to hand off the information to some people that will show up at the Silky Bear. Anyway, evening time will come, and all of you will meet back up at the Silky Bear, including Captain Meaner, who when he meets back up with you, will kind of impress about you by like the sharpening of his sword. He's like, this is perfect. Look at this. The grain is just perfect. It cuts through, it'll cut through the enemy like cutting butter, or perhaps cutting through a slice of paper falling through the ground. As he's gonna kind of like, he's got like the scabbard on, but he'll like, because he was like unscabbarding the sword just a little bit, he'll kind of close the scabbard out and kind of like do that swing, of like, like he's gonna hit it with it, but he's still got it scabbarded, like almost like he's showing off. He's very, very proud of the sword his work is. Did you get all your business done?
Yes, we were able to meet with our friend, and he's doing well. We're happy to see.
Where's the small, familiar rodent friend?
Oh, I believe he wasn't feeling well, and he went back to the inn.
All right, that's fine. We'll head back to the inn now. Meet up with him. I don't want him gone for too long. Is it your cannibal friend back there too? Sorry. He could not be a cannibal. We haven't confirmed it.
Yes, I believe he stayed behind.
I should probably ask there if he's been asking for any kind of weird foods. Maybe we'll look into him more. Maybe we can find out what rumors are true or not. I'll get a list of rumors.
What is with you?
I have never seen him do anything suspicious.
That's what they want you to think. I've heard the stories of his family. Very dreadful, very dreadful. So much death involved.
You don't think that could just be like propaganda?
Perhaps there is some embellishment of these. I did suspect that the corpse fornication and cannibalism may be a little bit of exaggeration, but there are aspects that could be true. I did hear that some of the natives to the swamplands basically would devour their fallen enemies as a ritual in a way that was less for sustenance and more for religious practices. But again, rumors are rumors too.
I can feel myself aging.
Anyway, he will accompany you back to the Silky Bear.
Yes.
It's like I'm melting in my own skin. Can we please just kill him?
Look, he's not a bad guy. He's just
No.
an idiot, and
He's
also
just
listens
so
to like
stupid.
every rumor and believes every rumor he hears, and they all are like the worst rumors because he's a noble Various.
I know the only person on here who's going to get this is you, Tantus, but he's giving me Mr. Shiny Pants vibes.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Also, I just remembered what that title is. It's Esquire. Esquire is that kind of more courtesy title.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Anyway, you made it Earl, so it's fine.
Yeah, you'll all be back up, and even Jonas will be there.
It was just
How was your
bothering me
day?
this entire episode.
I managed to get plenty of rest while I was here. Oh, good. I left a few folks to just kind of watch over the place in case. I heard you were staying behind. It sounded like you were just resting your day. Oh, it was a long day. I just, enjoyed my rest in a nice place like this. How did everything go with all of you? Any chance to talk to the general?
Better.
Yes.
but
Well, no,
technically-
we didn't. Sorry.
we talked to the person that the general was putting in charge of it, and we got that straightened out with him.
Oh, you did what now? You went above the general?
Wait, was this Jonas?
Jonas Manor is there. He hasn't left yet.
Yeah,
Jonas-
Manor is
oh,
still
Jonas
with
is
us.
meeting with you.
Then I
Yeah.
would not have said that. Sorry.
That's why I was
would not have
wondering
said
why
that.
you were saying that.
No, sorry, my mistake. I don't know why I thought he left already. Okay.
No, he leaves after dinner, and you're at dinner right now. He's like,
Okay.
yeah. He'll probably leave after dinner
We
when you have a
didn't.
chance to, get rid of him first.
We did not get a meeting with the general. But we did get a meeting with we did meet up with Tolan again. There we go.
Oh, you did meet your friend then. I forgot to ask that. I was too distracted by my masterful sword. Shooting it up just a little bit. It cuts through things like butter or a falling piece of paper. Isn't that something that people do? Whoosh, cut down a piece of paper.
Sometimes.
I've heard of such things.
I've been practicing my sword strikes. You do have to keep in line. You don't let these muscles go away, do you? Now, granted, I don't think I will need them quite as much as your average, but if the city should be attacked, I shall be ready to defend its walls with my blade.
It hurts.
I know the army will surely defeat our enemies, though. They are prepared for this moment. General's caution has been great. I do hear tell he's been enacting a number of plans with the higher-ups just to make sure everything remains safe and secure in the city. No offense to you or your friends from the refugee group, but, you are suddenly here and it is a difficult thing, but we are handling it. The general is such a benevolent man. I heard him trying his best. He has his worries, but he does want to make sure everybody's well taken care of. And I hear that, and I'm like, if I could only be as benevolent a man as him one day.
Oh, also, I was curious. There was a man who came out right after you. I was curious if you knew who that was. He looked interesting.
There were many men making it. I believe some of the nobles, perhaps one of the counts, a duke. Maybe there was a number of other generals and important people that came by. It was quite a busy day. It was dozens of people. That's why I was hoping that you were, unfortunately, staying to your sides there out in the hall. I know it would have been very busy, people rushing by, and some of those soldiers did not like the looks of you. Though it does seem like while all of you were indisposed after eating bad mushrooms, at very least, your good friend there, Master Talas, was actually able to keep things in line with all the locals in there. It blesses my heart that Master Talas here is so skilled and trained in dealing with important characters like ourselves. Looking to you, Ixbanor, he says that.
Yeah, I know. Wait, say that last line again, then?
Dealing with people like ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course.
Anyway, this is a fine meat. It's so well marinated. This is marinated one of a very fine wine that you can still get from the south. Fortunately speaking, being so far away from any worry of the front lines has kept those vineyards going strong. Enjoy the great wines coming from there. Cooking and braising down this beef, a wonderful thing. It is one.
If you think local wine is good, you should try some elven wine sometime. I'm not sure how much of it would have survived.
Perhaps you were speaking of the elves, of the prince and such. Oh, we were speaking of the prince the other day. Yes, perhaps next time I see one of them at a grand party, I can inquire about that. Maybe perhaps we can arrange for some of them to take over some of the vineyards to the south. No offense to the great vineyard wine masters that we have in this region. Or maybe work with them to develop new wines or return of their great wines. When we win this war, bringing back the old cultures should be an important part about that. all of our people combined into a new grand country that we're here. The Wardlands will become the center of the new world. We will bring back our great nations. It may take many generations, but I see it in us. We are powerful. We are great.
Well, I'm just gonna say I continue with small talk with him until we finish the dinner.
He does eventually leave.
Anyone else exhausted for some reason?
I was gonna say my guy probably would have just ate quickly and actually just was like, I'll meet you guys up in the room and start soaking my feet.
I'm just sitting there like dead, slumped over in a chair. So tired. So much.
Well,
Anyway.
Jonas.
Yes. Hi. Hello. My name is Jonas, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
I. What's going on? I think my soul left its body.
I think that cat may be like a wraith or something, like a ghost.
Well,
Just fucking sucks the soul right out of you.
yeah. Anyway, we end up going over the general's head a little bit. So we were able to get the refugees. The issue is, though, that even he was kind of skeptical about putting more resources into them. Although he did give us the option, he said that those who would choose to do so can head further south to other villages, which is something they're preparing for.
Here's the thing. I know you talked about your plan, some kind of safety for people, but you don't have a timeline, do you?
Sadly, no.
We may have had some luck with our friend, the commander. He is going to make sure the dwarves give supplies to our people in the meantime.
I'll keep things going for a little bit. But if we assume that we are ahead of all what's to come for our... I don't know how long. Nonetheless, those people can only wait for so long. And if they're given the option, many of them might take it. Chance to maybe somewhere that's a little bit better settling down than rather a bunch of tents and such. I don't know. I don't know if we should stop them.
Yeah, so to the so Avanswell, is it like directly east of the gap, so further south would put them farther away from where they need to go? Is that what
Technically
the
it
issue
would
is?
be. Avanswell's kind of in the center of the country.
Okay.
Like it's... You have to think about, like, the lands to the south are a little bit more hilly and mixed forest, but mostly, like, a mixture of, like, meadows, hills, forest, kind of a lot of that kind of mixed thing. It's a little rough area, but it's not relatively bad. And you do have a lot of these little kind of, like, villages, and basically, like, as I said, like, larger towns, which could be, like... I think the biggest one probably, like, half the size of the Birchlings. So we're talking much smaller than where you are now with Avanswell. But that might be big enough for 1,000 refugees to show up in, and they could maybe handle it. Or figure out something.
So basically I'm gonna... Yeah, okay. Well, in the end, it's kind of their decision. We're gonna have to let them decide if they want a chance at survival or a guaranteed settled life for a limited period. Some people might take the latter.
Thing is, I don't know how many people would believe your tale that you have. People might see it mad. With what I've seen and what I've heard from you and understand what's been going on, I can see that there probably is some kind of core of something that might be true to what you're talking about. I don't believe it 100%, but again, how things have been, I'm not against betting on a little bit of a small percentage chance. I think our good friend Poland's probably the same way. Chance. I think we're both betting on that with you too. So.
Well, if they choose choose to stay, it's going to be hard for them in the meantime.
Also, I at the very least need to visit the church tomorrow. Apparently, the Thane's brother does work there and is very religious. I might be able to get his ear to get the Thane's ear, as well as the commander is working on also trying to help set up something with the prince.
Cantus.
Yes.
I have a question. How long do I think it'll take for them to organize sending the refugees off to the south?
Within a week, at most. Depending on how
Okay.
much they push it, they could make it maybe a couple of days.
Yeah.
The fact
Hopefully
is...
we delete it. Yeah. A
Yeah.
little bit. At least it wasn't quarantine and starve them, is what we avoided.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you get the feeling there was some pushback against the entire quarantine and starve, but it would have been probably not great because it would have been quarantine and give the bare minimum, which
Yeah.
is pretty close to starving, honestly.
Yeah, that's more what I mean. I don't mean
Yeah.
starve to death. I just mean starve.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we avoided the worst outcome. It's still not great. If we
Well-
can get this done quickly, we might be able to get this information to the king before they send off the refugees. I don't think people are already pushing to get them out of here. I don't know how much we can stop that unless we really work at two different angles at the same time.
thing is, unless you find what you're talking about, I don't know if you can stop them. That's the problem I'm worried about. Again, the fact is, Tolan and I, we're on your side. I think Tolan believes you a little bit more than I do. And as I said, I think you think there's something there. I don't know if it's going to be as successful. I don't understand that divine stuff, but as far as I could tell from stories I always heard, it's just like echoes, leftovers. I don't know if a leftover's strong enough to do what you think. Maybe it is, but that's again where we're coming with. I'm betting that maybe you're going to get lucky enough. I'm willing to take that, but
Well,
it's a
the
gamble.
Dreadlord has leftovers, and look what it's doing for him.
Dreadlord also has an
Very
army
true.
of really pissed off things that have nothing to live for, nothing to live for. So I think that's why he's been winning.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've never been, but I've only heard tales of how terrible the Barons were. I was stuck down for generations. I can understand why he'd be pissed off. I think they're going a little farther than they should, but I understand where they started coming from. I understand where their leader's driving them. Sucks. So I don't think either side's good in this end. But I don't want all of us to die. So
Here on that one.
Yeah. I'll drink to that if I was able to drink.
I did find some information about our good prince friend too. As much as you're trying to arrange a better meeting, I found out where he can be found most of the time.
I also found, well, I don't know if you heard of that conversation that, why am I blanking on his name now? Mander?
Tolan? We're talking about
No.
Tolan?
Myrner. Sorry.
Myrner?
Yeah.
Myrner mentioned that he has met him before.
Well, the prince does enjoy going to various nightlife, much to the chagrin of his spouse, apparently. He's been going to a lot of parties, though it seems like it's because his entourage convinces him to. He doesn't seem to have a good preference for it, from what I've heard. Rumors are he's not very friendly towards non-elves, so it's going to take a little bit of work to convince him of anything. But yeah. His entourage might be able to where you can convince them. I think they're a bit more open-ended. So, what's the easiest way to say this about the man? He spends his time with his private entourage of musicians very often, a lot more, and they help him out to these parties, much to the chagrin of his wife.
Does he like them?
From
Parties?
the sounds of it, he likes his entourage
Yeah.
more than his wife. I think it's a bard thing. They are very promiscuous.
All the tropes tonight. All the tropes.
Apparently.
I mean, apparently they have some sort of like person in their head who convinces them to do things. So makes sense.
Anyway, as much as if any of them are wanting to go to the nightlife, you might be able to find them at various upper-end parties or places where artists and musicians may be found. You could try to intercept them. It might be easier to go through dwarven contacts first before intercepting them. But I do feel probably in a little bit less official capacity might be our best bet for talking to the prince. As much as he's not necessarily friendly, he'd be a little bit more open-ended in a place like this where he's forced to be friendly. We found him wherever the rest of his the elves' leadership is. He might not be willing to listen.
Problem with meeting him too would be
None of us are elves, but
that, but also
Ixbanor, you might be able to win
I
him
know.
over.
I do know elven culture.
I was also going to say our babysitter.
Well, after he goes down for the night, a nice distraction could allow us to get out to find one of these parties. They are in the evening, and I doubt he's going to all of them. In fact, I doubt he's going to many right now with the entire, refugee camp problem being worked on.
True.
We're going to have time. Probably at least for the next few days, it might be our opportunity. Maybe even tonight, if you want to try. We wouldn't have the connection through Tolan, at the very least, or at least the speaking, but
I'm down for a party.
all right. Guess that's where we're going tonight. We'll need one distraction. I think I can arrange something that'll get those guards out of the way long enough for all of us to get out. I can take care of them. Talas will chime in and be like, I'll use this opportunity to go looking for the boy. The Evan Sack's son.
Sounds good.
I'm not very good at sneaking away, so this might be my opportunity too.
That's fair. I mean, if you want help, Jonas, I could make a stink bomb for us.
Maybe. We'll have to figure that out. And we'll do that next time when we come up with a plan to distract some guards to get you out to go. Well, you're going to crash a party to talk to a man who is, okay, long story short, a little racist towards non-elves.
Yep.
But has a bunch of, basically, bards that, he accompanies around the city, probably with a few guards, that convince him to go at all these parties. It is a situation. It'll be an interesting one. and then you can go to a religious meeting with a brother of the faith, which will also be interesting. But yeah, we'll leave that there.
I mean, I also could make myself look like an elf for an hour.
I mean, it may or may not help, depending on it. Because these parties are probably like, you know, high society parties or artist parties or something like that. As I said, you know, anytime that there's any good musicians or artists, they're kind of hanging out there.
I did actually prepare as one of my alchemical items today the Infiltrator Elixir, which gives you alter your appearance. When imbibed, take the shape of a humanoid creature of your size, but different enough that you may be unrecognizable. If you own a humanoid, you can take a similar form similar to your own.
So, Calder might be able to impersonate an elf.
Maybe.
With that.
The form of a
It's gonna be a
specific
really hard sell, though.
So yeah,
I mean, I don't speak Elven, but
yep, you've got a very nice eclectic individual to meet. It'll be fun. We'll see how well it goes.
Yeah, the downside is this one only lasts 10 minutes, so...
yeah, mine lasts an hour at least.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we start off? We give Wyrm, you give your shout out, and then we can move to my little shout out for my stuff as we end for today.
Yep. I'm Diamond Wyrm. You can find me on twitch.tv/DiamondWyrm or at DiamondWyrm on Twitter and Blue Sky, and DiamondWyrm9234 on YouTube. My YouTube uploads have been a little bit sparse lately because I've been draining myself brain dry with prepping for a podcast I'll eventually release.
Cool. Myself, Dracovin. I will be back tomorrow to get some stuff in. I'll be doing some more tabletop stuff, some more gaming on Friday. Friday with friends on Friday evening. Make sure to check that out. That's kind of a schedule. Make sure to join us next week for more of the show here. We'll continue the adventures here. This is the interesting part of the entire thing because it's like it still revolves around the entire thing now, but you've dove into the politics of the city here. So it's very interesting that way. Very fun.
My big mouth.
I mean, you might have had to anyway to a degree.
Yeah.
But
I just forced it to happen right away.
Yes. I'm not going to say that there weren't going to be problems. You just forced the problems a lot quicker, which I was fine with too. I didn't have to keep the, terrible parts of the government here secret, because you walked right into them.
Yeah.
Look, it's the unfortunate thing that there's just it's a large city. There's a good amount of corruption and hateful people there. There's also some nice people, but yeah.
I'm not used to cities, so
Makes sense. All right, everybody. Yeah, have a good evening, and we'll see you later. So goodbye, everybody. Farewell.